Happy Tip Tuesday, golfers. Today we're inside our Gears 3D motion capture studio. I'm all suited up here with my iridescent markers to create an avatar of my golf swing. Jake, tell us a little bit about Gears, just quickly. What should people know about it?
So yeah, Gears is a static 3D motion capture system that uses the cameras and the markers on your body to create an objective avatar profile of what your golf swing does. So it allows us to measure dozens and dozens of different things in your golf swing, from your body to your club data, and it's the most accurate way to know what is going on in a golf swing.
Super cool. You got to give it a try. So today we're going to talk about a couple of the parameters at the start, which we see are so faulty with most golfers: alignment and spine tilt, which kind of sets up with alignment a little bit. But when you're standing over a golf ball, everyone, if I'm straight up and down vertical with my spine, that's 90 degrees. Well, in golf, my trailing arm is a little lower than my lead arm. So I should have a little bit of tilt there as I stand over the golf ball. Jake, what should that number be typically?
Yeah, if we consider 90 to be straight up and down relative to the ground, you're going to want to, as a good player, be anywhere from 90 to 92 or 3 degrees. And we usually see better players at that 91, 92 number pretty consistently.
Yeah, so it's something to really work at, everyone, developing spine tilt. The other one is alignment, obviously. With this system, we can look at my avatar in real time from any angle, from below, from down the range, and we're going to look from above to see my alignment. Now, I'm a golf pro, and I'm obviously decent at golf, and I've been working on my alignment and my setup for coming on 45 years now. So let's have a look at how I do relative to how I think I do when I stand over a golf ball. So here we go. We know about ball position, alignment. If I stand as comfortably well as I think I can, there we go, Jake. So what are my numbers like there?
So your spine tilt's great. You're at about a 90-degree spine angle.
Yeah.
Shoulder plane's around 10 degrees. That's about right, too. Your hips are pretty level. I mean, obviously, I think we should be expecting that this stuff's pretty good.
I would say, though, Jake, well, I don't know if we can expect that. Like, I'm a little tense and try to be, because I've been in this suit before with my lead hip here, a little tension in it. But what I would typically like to stand like is like that. That feels freer. And if we look at my numbers now, what is that spine tilt out now, Jake?
Yeah, it's at 84 degrees, so it's quite a bit forward. So I think that's pretty extreme in terms of what we normally see out of you. I think the reason, though, is if you look at it, your hip is quite a bit different in the two spines. So it's not even everybody that he's changing his upper body and where his head is at. It's that his back hip is kicking up, and if we look from above in a moment, his hips are a little bit open. And so that changes the dynamic between his pelvis and his chest, which changes your spine angle.
Oh my God, everybody, listen, this doesn't even look that bad visually compared to what we see on the lesson tee. I mean, I've seen this kind of stuff. Or people get over a driver and they stand like this trying to create upswing, and that's just as bad. So with a driver, you want to be, what, Jake, 2 to 5, 2 to 6 degrees of tilt about, and with an iron, 1 to 3. Are those fair numbers for everybody?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we'll even see some tour pros who have less spine tilt than that because they're pretty centered over a golf ball, even with a driver. I think, making sure you're standing like you are now with your chest and your lower body on top of each other and everything's square is much easier. And if we look at you from above, then we'll see how when you stand like that, you look very good with your alignment.
That's good. I like that. Yeah. So that's really good there. You know what I did, Jake? I shifted my lead foot and my hip pelvis a little bit. I moved my left hip a little to the target, and look what that does now.
Yeah, so what it does is a couple of things, right? Number one is that it makes everything very square. Number two, it makes you balance properly from the face on. And it also, if we look at you from behind, it makes sure that your spine is one very consistent line. And if you think about your shoulder and your hips turning on an axle, kind of like your car, you don't want that axle to be bent.
Not good.
Totally.
We see this a lot.
Which is what happens when your hip goes up and you get open. So by using the system, we can teach people, and in this case you, what it feels like to get your hips square and in the right position. And when you do that little thing correctly, all of the numbers excel.
Hey kid, I got to tell you, this doesn't feel that good. There's some stress on my left side. So, what we learned from this tip, golfers, is use a camera on your phone or a mirror and really work on this tilt angle, and then really work on your alignment. It's not just feet. You all think it's just feet, but it's knees, it's pelvis, it's the whole 9 yards. We've got to get you really paying attention to this detail if we're going to swing that club properly. Go ahead, Jake. Let's see it from above again. Yeah,
Really
that's
good.
actually so. Train tracks, right, everyone? The target line is one line, and I'm on the other line. And watch how easy it is if I just don't quite pay enough attention to set up, whew, really poorly. So it's really important to pay attention to this. Next time you're practicing or when you're in front of a mirror, really work on spine tilt, really work on the alignment of all parts of your body, from your forearms, shoulders, chest, hips, knees. You'll be a much better golfer if you set up over the ball squarely and in balance.